Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, when it comes to affordable home theater setups, most people just grab whatever cheap soundbars or basic speakers they can find online. The problem is, those budget options usually end up sounding tinny, lacking depth, and making movies feel flat, like you're watching through a cardboard box instead of actually being in the scene. That's exactly why I was excited to test out the KEF Q8 Meta Dolby Atmos speakers. These aren't your average bookshelf speakers. They're designed to bring true surround sound into your living room without needing a full AV receiver setup. If you're curious, the link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Now, the first thing that stood out to me with the Q8s is how effortless they make Dolby Atmos feel. A lot of people think you need a complicated 7.1.4 system with ceiling speakers to get that immersive sound, but KEF changed the game with their UniQ driver. It acts like a single-point source, so sound comes from where it's supposed to, above, beside, even behind you, without any weird phasing or distortion. I set these up in my living room, angled them slightly upward, and boom, suddenly I was hearing rain falling from the ceiling during a storm scene in a movie. No extra wires, no mounting hassle, just plug-and-play Atmos that actually works. Another thing I love is the build quality. These speakers have a sleek, minimalist design that actually looks good in a modern home. The cabinet is made from high-density materials, which means they don't vibrate or buzz like cheaper speakers do when the bass hits. I've had speakers before that rattled every time the kick drum played, but the Q8s stay rock solid. Plus, the metamaterial tech KEF uses in the tweeter dome reduces distortion even at high volumes, so the sound stays clear whether you're watching a quiet dialogue scene or an action-packed blockbuster. Let's talk soundstage. Most bookshelf speakers struggle to create that wide, open feel where instruments and voices feel like they're coming from different places. But the Q8s nail it. I played some jazz music through them, and I could feel the space between the piano, bass, and saxophone like the musicians were actually in the room with me. That kind of detail is rare in speakers this size, especially at this price point. And since they're designed to work with Dolby Atmos, movies feel alive in a way that cheap soundbars just can't match. I also tested these with my TV setup. The Q8s pair well with soundbars or as part of a larger system, but even on their own, they elevate the audio experience. I connected them to my TV via HDMI ARC, and the difference was night and day. Dialogue was clearer, footsteps in horror movies felt more realistic, and explosions actually shook the room not in a bad way, but in a way that made me lean forward in my seat. That's the kind of engagement you don't get from basic speakers. Now, I should mention that these aren't cheap. They're an investment, but they're built to last. If you're serious about home audio and want something that'll grow with your setup, the Q8s are worth it. They're not just speakers, they're a gateway to better sound without the hassle of a full surround system. Of course, no product is perfect. The Q8s are pretty large, so if you have a tiny apartment or limited shelf space, they might not be the best fit. And while they do a great job with Atmos, you'll still need a compatible soundbar or AV receiver to unlock the full 3D audio experience. But if you're starting to build out a home theater and want something that sounds amazing right out of the box, these are a solid choice. So, if you're tired of flat, lifeless sound and want to bring your movies and music to life, the KEF Q8 Meta speakers are absolutely worth considering. They're not just an upgrade, they're a whole new way to experience audio at home. You can find the link below if you want to check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.